Geminis, welcome back to your Wisdom and Warnings Wednesday. Let's dive in and see what messages, what words of guidance and warnings your spiritual team has for you today. Okay. Energy we have on the table. Um, with what's trying to reach you right now, what type of guidance is trying to reach you right now, there's some type of change, some type of transformation that is trying to reach you right now, Gemini. Okay. This is a change that is setting you free. Okay. It's setting you free. It's liberating you. All right. I'm hearing out with the old, in with the new. Okay. What you need to be careful of is what, excuse me, what you emotionally, you're pouring in emotionally, who you give your energy to emotionally. Okay. Um, right now is a time that it's all about you, Gemini. All right. All right, this is your time between you and God, between you and spirit, divine, universe, between you and your spiritual team. Okay, so we have to be careful about, the way we're managing our emotional energy. Okay, we don't want to overextend ourselves. Okay, because like I stated, this is our time right now, our time to focus in on what we need to. Okay. And for you, Gemini, it looks like you're some type of there's something leaving out with this death card. And I want to say that it is so we have King of Swords energy out here, okay? King of Swords is known as, the card for like ambition, very intelligent, very fair, very very self-assertive, just I'm hearing a man with a plan, okay? So what could be leaving out for you right now, Gemini, is any stagnation, anything that could have been hindering you or holding you back, anything that could have been blocking the path is being cleared, okay? And what's going to protect you this week, Gemini, is your ability to be able to go in and listen intuitively to your spiritual team, okay? To God, to divine, to the universe, okay? That ability to be able to tap in is what's going to protect you, and it's going to ground you, and it's going to help you manage your emotional energy, okay? Because like I said, you got a lot of things leaving for you this week, Gemini. All right, and so spirit needs you to be in a place ready to receive, okay? Yeah, a place ready to receive because you've persevered through a lot, okay? You've persevered through a lot, okay? And so now is the time where you're going to be reaping the rewards of your success, okay? And we've been talking about this for a few days now, Gemini. And we have to be in a place mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally ready, open, and ready to receive. Okay. And so your spiritual team is just making sure that we have the full on the table, you're open, and you're ready to receive what's coming in for you. Okay. We can't allow ourselves to be consumed with things of no essence, things that don't matter, or things that, have been spiritually removed out of our lives. Okay. We have to be focused. Um, we have to have balance. Okay. We have to be able to think clearly. We have to be rational. Okay. We have to be capable of taking action. Okay. With what's coming in. All right. And so spirit is just advising to just preserve your energy, your emotional energy, and prepare for what's getting ready to come in. Okay. No overextending yourself. No, this is all about you right now, Gemini. We're not pouring into others. We're not giving to others right now. And it may sound a bit selfish, but Gemini, it's okay to be selfish sometimes, especially in the world, that we live in today. And I feel like for a lot of my Geminis, you are actually the type of person who is selfless. Okay. So it's time for that change. Death card on the table to come in. And right now it's all about us. We've given so much to others that it's time that we give to ourselves. Okay. We have to start caring for ourselves. Okay. We have to put ourselves first, our needs first. Okay. So we can be ready, we can be open, and we can be prepared. Okay. And I've been preaching this a lot for the past couple of days, but Gemini, what is coming in for us, whether it's spiritually, um emotionally, physically, materialistically, whatever it is, we want to make sure that we are, equipped to handle this. And I get that a lot of my Geminis might have been actually praying that, that whenever this comes in, that God helps you maintain it, to remain disciplined. Okay. So the time is now, it's coming in, and spirit is letting you know, hey, the time is now. I need you in your King of Swords energy right now, more than ever right now, because it's not about anything else. It's not nothing from the past, not nothing that's been cleared out of the way. Right now, it's solely about you, Gemini. It's solely about you and stepping into what is rightfully yours. Okay? Stepping into what is rightfully yours. Okay? Yeah. You got fast. It's fast recovery. Okay, this change, this whatever this death card is bringing in. I'm sorry, whatever this death card has cleared out, and it's clearing the way for something to come in. So whatever this death card is clearing out to allow to come in is coming in fast. Okay, so it's like the path is, and I feel like for a lot of my Geminis that there might be some of my Geminis who the path is still being cleared, but I'm getting a sense of that the path has been cleared for a lot of my Geminis. You've been doing, a lot of you are, been on this journey for a while. Okay. And so the path is actually clear. Okay. So the path is clear, and you're at the position of, or the stage of, of receiving. The path is cleared, and it's time for what's to come. Okay. And what's to come is coming in fast. Okay. And with this transition of clearing the path and this transformation, it's like a fast recovery, like almost like, I want to say that you don't feel the pain, but I think what I'm trying to say is, you're at the end of this transformation, and you're no longer experiencing those emotions that you felt towards the beginning, maybe even in the middle of this journey. Okay. And so this recovery is here. It's, the recovery, you might be at the end of the journey, and it might seem fast now, but it did take some time, but it's coming in. Okay. It's in, and we're moving forward. Okay. Yeah. We're moving forward and fast to better. All right. You're stepping into a period of, prosperity, creativity, okay? The ability to create and co-create, okay? And with this, it's coming, with heightened intuitive powers, heightened intuitive connections. Okay. You having the capability of, it's like a sixth sense. It just comes in naturally. You're able to sense things naturally. Okay. Very secure. And I'm getting like, what's coming in is like this sixth sense. You're gonna be it's very familiar, very comfortable. So I mean, it's not one of those things where you're scared of the potential of this power, okay? Because it's almost like a power, but it's natural, like a sixth sense. I call it a power because everyone is not blessed spiritually with, strong intuitive intelligence. Okay. So this is, it's a power, but it feels like one of the natural senses. Okay. Just like you're able to see, just like you're able to smell, taste, touch. Okay. This intuitive power is going to flow like that. Okay. You're being gifted all around the board. Yeah, Spirit is blessing you. All right. They are blessing you. Okay. It's time right now for you, Gemini, to receive your flowers. Okay. It's time for you to receive your flowers. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that, you had to be separated from. There's a lot of things that you had to be separated from. It could not go any further with you, Gemini. It could not go any further with you. Not into this season that you're entering right now. You're entering a season of success. Okay? You're entering into, a season where determination and your determination and your courage and your perseverance and your hard work, you're reaping from it. It's paying off right now in this season, Gemini. All right? And you're going to notice that things are going to come with like a ease and flow. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say that things aren't going to come up, but things are going to seem fairly easy to overcome. Okay. Yeah. Things are going to seem fairly easy to overcome. And Gemini, with a plan, just getting yourself prepared for what you're stepping into, it really, it really adds that ease to the flow of what you're receiving. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing a celebration every time we link up. Yeah, your spiritual team has blessed you. And every time you go in and you connect intuitively with spirit, you connect with, God, divine, universe, there's always something to celebrate about because there's always a level up. Okay. It's like every time you go in intuitively, you come out sharper than you were before. Okay. I'm here. I'm back and I'm better. Like you're coming back. Okay. And better. Every time you go in with spirit, you come back and you're better. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're walking right out of this season of what may seem like stagnation or, lack, and you're stepping into expansion. You're stepping into growth. Okay. I'm getting my Geminis that's like, you see, you're beginning to get flooded with opportunities. Okay. That's what you're stepping into. You're stepping into a season of boundless opportunities. And it's like, it can be overwhelming. And so that's why, your spiritual team is wanting you to, you know, um, they want you to be focused and open and ready to receive. Okay. You need to be balanced to be able to handle this. I'm getting for some of my Geminis, you might, when your emotions are not balanced, you don't make rational decisions. Okay. You don't make rational decisions. And so spirit is needing you to be in, yeah, you don't make rational decisions when you're off balance. Okay. And this is something that you fought for. Okay. So let's stay focused and keep our mind on the bigger picture because, you know, things, with success comes more things. And I feel like Gemini, even though you know, you exceeded expectations with the last season, okay, I just got a download. Um, Jeez, it just why it's I'm thinking it, but I can't say it. But different devils for different levels. That's what I'm hearing. Different devils for different levels. Okay, so there's gonna be things that come in, but it's you're used to enduring. You're used to putting in work. Okay, you know, and your spiritual team is here with you. They're not going anywhere. I'm hearing God will never leave you nor forsake you. Okay, so this is yours. This is for you. And this is what's coming in this week, Gemini. And so we just need to be ready for what's to come. Okay. We have to be ready for what's to come. And we have to, we have to, we have to have the capability of, remaining balanced. Because I feel like the last season, Gemini, it was an emotional roller coaster. Okay. But this was not something that was in vain. This was very intentional. It was meant, things triggered your emotions, but for a reason. Okay. Your emotions were triggered so that when you step into trigger so that you could find the balance in chaos. You can find peace in a storm. Okay. You can, I'm hearing find the beauty in the madness. Okay. Find the beauty in the madness. I'm hearing, when will you realize that your madness is anyways, Gemini, find your madness. I'm sorry, find beauty in the madness. We have to be able to center ourselves. Okay. When are you going to find the beauty in your madness? Okay. When are you going to find the beauty in your madness? So even when things are just absolutely just, five of wands energy, okay, we still have to be able to center ourselves and find the beauty, find balance. Okay, be able to go within, not crash out. Because Gemini, we are not crashing out. We've had our years where we crash out, where we do some crazy ass shit that sets us back. We're not there anymore. Okay, where this is a level up. We're moving on to bigger. We're moving on to better. Okay, we're moving into um we're moving into our Empress energy. Okay, and when I think about the Empress, okay, male or female, um we're not we're handling situations differently. Okay, we're knowing when to walk away. Okay, and when to stand our ground, right? Because we know that this, whatever is going on, it it only does what we allow it to. Okay. We have everything that we need to, we don't have to, respond to everything. We don't have to acknowledge everything, in reference to negativity. Okay. Because there are going to be, people, places, and things that, try to deter or, you know, deflect. All right. But that's not where our focus should be. That's not where our attention should be. Okay. And know that these things are, wanting to just throw you off from what's divinely meant for you. From stepping into this Ten of Pentacles energy, from stepping into, for some of you, you might be stepping into, depending on what your prayer was, depending on, what conversations you had with God, what conversations you had with your spiritual team, with divine, with universe, okay? Whatever it is, that's what we're getting ready. This is that season for stepping into this, okay? For stepping into, okay? Or I'm hearing prepare the way, to, the veil is lifted. The doors of opportunity are open. So anything that we put our mind to, that we speak on, it's going to come into existence. Okay. We are not only are we creating, but we're co-creating. All right, Gemini. And so we just need to be in a space, and with all things, and I'm hearing you ain't doing something right if you ain't got them hating. Hey, it comes with it. Okay. It comes with it. And that's just the bottom line. And like I told you, different devils for different levels. Okay. So I don't feel like we're going to be repeating what we just, the season we just came out of. Okay. Because I solely feel like just reading the cards that this is a season. The season we just left was preparation. I'm hearing preparation for what's to come. Okay. If we excel, if we exceeded, expectations, if we passed, this last season, and we're blessed with this opportunity for this new season, we can endure almost anything. We can endure almost anything, right? And I say almost, but I really want to say we can endure anything. Okay, we got a badass spiritual team behind us that's going to back us up 110%. Okay, but understand that your spiritual team is guiding you in a specific direction. Okay, yeah, you got a badass spiritual team behind you, but that doesn't mean that you finna, start shit and be plungy and no, a lot. The previous season taught us a lot. Okay, it showed us who we really are. It exposed the people who are around us. Okay, it helped us find ourselves. Self awareness. Okay, it helped us. It deepened our senses when it came to what real love is, because it forced us to go within, love ourselves, take care of ourselves, put ourselves first. You know what I'm saying? And anything that's directly attached to us, we learned to put those things first. It taught, and it taught us about, managing a lot of things in our life, not just finances, but our mental capacity, our emotions. Okay. So, we're not going back to what we used to do. Okay. We're moving different. We're handling things different. Okay. We're not going to jail to get bonded out. Okay. We know we got the bond money, but we're not sitting in county. Okay. We're not sitting in county. We're not risking anything because we have too much to lose. We're moving different. We're moving with We're moving strategically. Seven of Swords energy. Okay. And it can be taken as, sneaky or no, but we're moving strategically. Okay. Because there is going to be a lot of people that are going to want to trick us out of what's ours, because that it's life. Gemini it's crazy because they even hated on Jesus, but guess what? He still did his thing. Okay. He still was a great person. All right. And so, even if you don't believe in the Bible, it's still the philosophy of it. Okay. They talked about Jesus. That they did all type of things. They dirty his name, drug him through the mud, physically and literally and spiritually. Okay, and I'm sorry, emotionally, and it didn't stop him. Okay, but if they did that to him, the direct Son of God, imagine what they're gonna do to you when you get this, you blessed with this sixth sense. This, like, you're like Gemini, you don't even realize you're stepping into a very powerful, a very great season right now. I'm hearing blessings on top of blessings. Like, this is not just the physical. Okay. I'm getting, for some of my Geminis, you're stepping into healing mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Okay, healing, full recovery over everything over your body, over your mind, over the spirit. Anything you touch, you're healing. Okay, I'm hearing what you touch turns to gold. You are a hot commodity right now. And some people are going to feel like you don't deserve it. The same way they felt like Jesus didn't deserve that title Messiah. Okay. And so, I mean, you are in a very, very good position right now. You are positioned to win. I mean, your spiritual team did not play about you. They were literally putting in the work behind the scenes while you were going through what you feel like was a storm. Okay. And in the background, your team was preparing all of these blessings and all these rewards for you. Okay. And for some of my Geminis, you might be the first in your family or generation to pass, and pass these type of storms. Listen, I'm gonna keep it 1K with you, Gemini. Everybody does not have the capacity to endure things. Okay. Everybody does not have the capacity to pick themselves back up, to build themselves back up. There's nothing wrong with having to start over. I've done started over so many times. I don't even count anymore. I don't even count. You get what I'm saying? But every time I'm gonna pick myself up and I'm gonna be better than what I was the last time I fell. And that's literally how it happens. And that's literally what I'm seeing in these cards for my Geminis. Like, regardless of what you endured, you know what I'm saying? You picked yourself back up. And there was no one, and for a lot of my Geminis, there was no one to help you pick yourself back up. This was all you. This was all you. You had to go. I mean, you had to find the strength in you to get up, to get down and pray, or to give it to, give it to God or give it to the universe, to talk to spirit. Like, it wasn't anybody there motivating you, in your corner, uplifting you, helping you out in any way, shape, or form. And you did this all by yourself. And your spiritual team see this. Your ancestors see this. And they're like, you know what, my baby? 10 of Pentacles for you. And you know what else come with this 10 of Pentacles? Let me give you, you're finna step into something very great, very powerful. And this is spiritual. This is emotional. This is all of the above. I'm hearing, check all the boxes type of blessing. All right, Gemini. So let's just, yeah, exactly. All right. So you're stepping into a season, and there are going to be people that are going to be envious of your position. Okay. They're going to be envious of your position. Okay. They're going to be envious of how you were spiritually positioned to win. So make sure that you're carrying, like, we have to make sure that we're allowing ourselves to stay grounded. Stay grounded, Gemini. I'm stressing this. Like, we've been through so much. We've been through so many ups and downs, and understand that what you're going to experience now is nothing compared to what you've already endured. Okay. It's just challenging you on a different level, but you've been shown, every aspect of how, cold the world could be, how hateful the world could be, how envious, how jealous, how, the lack of humanity, the lack of humility. Okay. So understand that some people are who they are. Okay. But we can't allow that to deter us, because they're miserable. Okay. They're jealous. They're envious. They're hateful. They have spite in their heart. They're dark. They're in a dark space. They're surrounded by negative entities. Okay. And so we can't allow ourselves to, throw off our aura, our energy, our blessings, because of, a negative energy, a negative source. Okay. We have to remember to stay calm, stay positive. Okay. Always look on the bright side of things, Gemini. We've come too far. We've been blessed so much. Okay. And this could be, and I get that for a lot of my Geminis, you might have like an ex-lover, or, an ex-significant other, something that was a connection that was very intimate, that's going to see your success. And they're going to, because you're not with them, they're going to be, sending negative energy your way. They're going to be, trying to, spread, I'm hearing spread, but just talk negative about you and just how they don't want you to have anything just because you're not with them. Okay. But it was their loss. Okay. They had a choice just like you had a choice. All right. Yeah. They're gonna, yeah. I feel like we got blackmail out here on the table, but I feel like there's gonna be a lot of plungy shit coming up with this season. There's gonna be a lot of plungy shit coming up. Okay. People smiling in your face, acting like they're for you, and on the back end, they can't stand your success. Talking about you behind your back, bringing up old shit. Okay, if they ever done anything for you, they talking about that. Oh yeah, I remember when you was XYZ and you used to wear my clothes, or I don't know, whatever the story is. Okay, and now that you done got, you think you better than somebody. I do think I'm better than what I used to be. I absolutely do think I'm better than what I used to be. And if that stirs up your spirit, I'm sorry for you, but I definitely am better than what I used to be. I'm not in that energy no more. I'm not in that space no more. And next time you see me, I'm going to be in a different space, and I'm going to be better than the me that's standing talking to you right now. Like there's always an upgrade, never a downgrade. Yeah. These are people that are inspired by you on the low. Secretively, they are inspired by you. Because honestly, I don't care what image a person puts on. I don't care what image, what facade, what mask they wear to make it seem like they are healed, or they, are spiritually, connected, or they tapped in, or I listen. I know a person that can quote the Bible word from word and is the furthest thing from God. Is the furthest thing from God. All right. So don't fall for the hype. Okay, baby. Don't fall for the hype, because they're gonna act like they just so this, that, and you no. They're inspired by you, because technically you are the first to authentically do it. All right. You're the first to authentically do it. No one's doing it authentically like you. Yeah. And I feel like it's going to be a lot of people from your past. They're going to click up together and talk about you. Yeah. They're going to sit up there and talk about you. They just can't stand to see your success. So you have to make sure that you are moving in an aligned manner. Okay, you're allowing this. Okay, this increase in your intuition. You're allowing it to guide your steps. Okay, you're allowing it to guide you. You're allowing yourself, when you sense something, it is absolutely correct. Stop. We're not self-doubting. Okay, we're not self-doubting. Okay. Our emotions need to be balanced so that we understand that this emotion that we're feeling, this energy. For example, I've been getting this song that's been coming up in my head. Okay. And it gave me a very nostalgic type of like energy, a nostalgic type of vibe. And then like I'm paying attention to the words in the song, and I'm like, this is not even my energy. Where the fuck is this song coming from? It's somebody tugging on my energy because they miss me. Okay. They miss the person that I was. All right. And so you need to stay protected, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of people tugging on your energy, a lot of old shit trying to resurface. And don't know, I can't stand, I don't like old shit. I don't like old shit. I don't like the way it smell. I don't like the way it look. I just don't do plungy shit. I don't do plungy shit that brings up old shit. I'm not no nasty ass bitch. I can't, no. I don't even like to smell old shit. Okay. So I definitely don't want the old shit popping back up in my life. You got to keep it moving. You got to protect yourselves. Okay. And I did a spread on myself, and it was like somebody from my past who, is regretful. And I know exactly who the person is. Like my cards revealed it to me, but it's like, I'm in a different space. I'm not giving chances to nobody from my past, because you've already showed me who you are. Why would I allow you into this winning season for me to do what? Show me again? to trick me, and throw me off course and trick me out my blessings. No, we got to be protecting ourselves, because understand that this 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 shit from the past, or this hate, it comes different ways. Okay, it can come in a way that you least expect. It come in ways that you least expect. And Gemini, and I get, for a lot of my Geminis, I feel like, if you're not already in like this authentic partnership romantically, you're stepping into one. Okay, you're getting ready to come in, but they hate on that too. But like I said, anything that adds to your glow, adds to your shine, they're gonna hate. Mm-hmm. They're gonna hate. And they could be trying to attack you spiritually. I had one friend who used to wake up with, like whelps and bruises on her body. She was under spiritual attack. Okay, and that's, it's different strokes to different folks. Everybody don't believe in everything, but I only tell you what's real. Okay, spiritual warfare is real. Okay, and we need to be centered, we need to be grounded, we need to be protected, and we need to have our head on a swivel at all times. Okay, we need to stay away from people and places and things that absolutely mean us no good, that don't serve us. Okay. And I always say and I used to hear this older lady used to always say this. Okay. There's not an evil in this world that will last, that will last. There's not an evil in this world that will last. So even though they might shoot their shot, you know what I'm saying? It's not something that's going to last. All right. Like, even when I seen people like, doing work to make somebody fall in love with them, even that was like, eventually it unfolds. Okay. And it's in a lot of times in the worst way, like, so there's not an evil, because, and I say a evil and I compared it to that because one thing that was given to us in this world is the gift of free will. You cannot manipulate no one's free will. You can't. There has to be a balance. I mean, yeah, you can, but there's going to be something that backfires. There's going to be a karmic consequence in the end. Okay. You cannot manipulate anyone's free will. Okay. And that's just period, point blank. And I stand 10 toes down on that. You have to give people their free will. It's a birth given right that everyone was born in this world with. I know a lot of times we hate to lose, but is it really winning? Manipulating someone's free will? Is it really winning? Is it really truthfully winning? Is it authentic? Okay. I wouldn't want to be with somebody where I had to manipulate them to be with me. I would want a connection that's genuine. Okay. But guess what, Gemini? I feel like my Geminis, when you get attacked by people, it's going to reveal itself. I feel like it's going to be, your spiritual team is going to reveal where it's coming from. Okay. And to me, that's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. Yeah. We got to stay away from things, that people, places, and things that don't serve us. Okay. We have to keep our energy on 10. Okay. This is a very important season for us right now, Geminis. It's very important for us. We have to stay balanced. Okay. We have to stay connected spiritually, intuitively, mentally, emotionally. It's all connected. So we have to stay balanced with it all. Okay. Because there's going to be a lot of gossip. There's going to be a lot of rumors. Okay. From fake ass bitches, fake ass niggas, people who don't even love their motherfucking self. All right. People who ain't handling their own business. People that make it look good. Okay. A bunch of facades. Okay. So we have to make sure that we are, connected, balanced. Like I said, it's your aura. It's your aura. You're not even worried about these people, but they so fixated on you. They're so fixated on you. Yeah, they're allowing the negativity to use them to be worse, to be, to move like a op. They're allowing this negativity to use them. We're human and we all have experienced the same emotions, but it's what you do with those emotions. It's what you do with those emotions. Because personally, for me, before I get jealous, I'll be inspired. What makes you think that they, because if they can do it, that means you can do it too, and you can do it your own way. Okay, it's more than one way to skin a cat. So why I'm gonna sit here and instead of adding to myself, I'm gonna talk shit about you. I'm gonna try to come up with spiteful plans and little shit to try to throw you off what you doing. I'm gonna tap into my own shit. We got to make sure that we're vibrating high, Geminis. We got to make sure we're vibrating high, because these are going to be the people from the past that was most dear to us. And for a lot of my Geminis, even though you were spiritually disconnected from these people, and when I say spiritually disconnected, you were forced to separate yourself from these people. A lot of these people you were forced to separate yourself from, because veils were lifted, masks were taken off. The truth was exposed, so you were forced to let these people go. But for a lot of my Geminis, because of time, because of experiences, okay, and because of the type of connections they still have like a string, to your heart. But listen, Gemini, if these people were removed, they were removed for a reason. All right. So try your best to not get so emotional when more shit comes up. Okay. And I feel like for a lot of my Geminis, though, that you have, emotionally detached yourself. Okay. You might sometimes, some days you might get a little nostalgia and you think about, the fun times you might have had with these people, but understand that this is not, these disconnections were meant for a reason. Like I said, and it's finally on the table. They mad because you winning. They sneaky. They tricky. Okay. They want to be you. They want to be you real bad. Look what I said. Spiritually forced to stop fucking with these people, but they still watching you. They watching you. They trying to get word on you. They could be an air sign. Okay. All right, Gemini. So let's be open. They talk behind your back, but so what? Fuck them. We ain't even on that. We not sending. We not like our energy not going towards that. We are on to bigger and better. Okay, it is different devils with different levels, but guess what? We are allowing ourselves to be centered. We are allowing ourselves to be balanced. We are allowing ourselves to be focused, to think and move with clarity. All right, we are going to be balanced all around the board in every aspect. Okay, and we are going to be in a we're going to be with an open mind, open hands, and an open heart, ready to receive this season that we are in right now. And I say in because we have stepped into this. Okay. We have stepped into this. For a lot of my Geminis, we have stepped into this. And then there might be a few that, are stepping into. But regardless of what this is, for the collective, I feel like we should be open, ready, and protected. All right. Talk to you next time.